Now, in this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 key learnings that I got from my mentor who helped me to manifest my goals over the years. I will share those 5 key learnings with you today without charging you anything, so you can benefit from everything I learned, like the key questions you should ask yourself to manifest, the key paradigm shifts you need to understand to manifest your goals, so that you can manifest guaranteed, because I really don't see any obstacles. I really don't believe in any blocks that you first have to get aside before you can manifest. No, the only block is you saying that you have a block, but actually in consciousness, there is nothing really blocking you. And with those 5 key lessons, you'll be able to shift and stay in your desired state. So with that, let's just dive right in. And here is the first one. And the first one is a question that you can ask yourself that will help you to identify what it is that you actually want, and will also help you to identify the state in which you would no longer be triggered. So let's look at this, right? The question is, who am I when the wish is fulfilled? So who would I be when my wish is fulfilled? When I want all the money, who am I then? Well, I am then the financially abundant, the financially free person. Who am I when I am with the partner? I am then the happily partnered person. Who am I when I finally have the health? I am the healthy person. So this question helps you to identify the state in which your current circumstances would no longer trigger you, right? So look in your current circumstances, there are probably some triggers, right? Maybe if it is relationship related, maybe it is money related, maybe it is health related, or it's just generally lifestyle related. It can also be any little nuance desire in between. Right? Yes, there are the 3 main areas: money, health, relationships, but also sometimes we just want to feel heard and seen and understood, or it can be any desire, right? So let's just say right now your circumstances trigger you and you feel like people don't listen to you, they don't take you serious, they don't respect you, right? They walk all over you, so to speak. Or when it comes to relationships, for example, maybe you look in the world, you see couples and you feel envy, you feel jealousy, you feel that why them, not me. But the solution to stop this trigger, because you feel a certain trigger in you when you see something you don't like, the solution to stop getting triggered is not to avoid the triggering circumstances, right? But is to internally be in the new state. And how can we know in which state we should be? Well, we ask ourselves, who am I when my wish is fulfilled? Because the circumstances that trigger us, they only show us a desire. Otherwise, we would not be triggered. Right? If everything would be fine, we look into life, hey, cool. But as soon as something triggers us, it actually only triggers us again and again and again because we have a desire for a change. We have a desire to be someone new. We don't really have a desire for the circumstance to change. The circumstance is only telling us who we are or where we have a seemingly lack inside of ourselves. So it's not about to get rid of the circumstances or to change the circumstances, no. But it is about to internally be in a new state. Right? So this question is the switch from finding the solution out there, right? It's not about, your desire is not that you never see a happy couple. Let's just say you're right now single, alone, you want to be with that partner and you see others getting their partners, you see others manifesting their partner. Well, the goal is not that you never encounter couples on the outside. Or if you struggle with finances, the goal is never to see someone successful on the outside. No, the goal is not to get rid of that circumstance. That circumstance is not a problem. That's neutral. But because in that moment you are in a certain state, that one particular circumstance is triggering you. Another person who already is financially abundant or in a relationship or healthy, if they see a certain circumstance, they feel calm and neutral about that. So when you get triggered, ask yourself, who am I when my wish is fulfilled? Meaning, first of all, what wish do I have is what you have to ask yourself when you look at the circumstances, right? Why are they triggering me? So when would they no longer triggering me? And then who am I when the wish is fulfilled? Well, when I am with that partner, I'm happily partnered. When I am, no longer worrying about someone else manifesting a lot of money, then I am the financially abundant person too, right? It's about the state, right? Think in labels. So the question is the switch from finding the solution out there to the end state, the end state, your self-concept. We're speaking really general here. Okay, this is not a specific video. It's a very general video because it's about the end state, the label someone else would give you if they would describe you. They would say, oh yeah, that's the financial abundant person. Oh yeah, that's a successful business owner. Oh yeah, he's happily partnered. He's in a great relationship, right? That's the state, the label you are in. when your wish would be fulfilled. So this will help you to see your problems, what we call problems. There's an obstacle, there's an opposite. This will help you to see your problems as a gift, as an opportunity, showing you where you can outgrow your current self. So from now on, when you go into your life's journey and you see there is something triggering you, you feel stuck, you feel frustrated, you have a desire, something seems like an obstacle, stop calling it a set in stone problem. No, simply see it as an opportunity, a gift that shows you, hey, look, here you have room to grow. Here you have room to shift into a higher version of yourself that will come automatically with new circumstances. So take on an opportunity, see the circumstance. If it triggers you, ask yourself, why is it triggering me? When would it no longer triggering me? Who would I need to be? Who am I when my wish is fulfilled? Then enter that state, whatever it is and in which area it is. And as soon as you enter the state, the same circumstance which previously triggered you will now no longer trigger you, because now you are in the state of being this new person, right? So very, very powerful question. Who am I when the wish is fulfilled? Definitely helps you to identify with the state you want. Definitely helps you to go to the end state, and definitely helps you to no longer being triggered about circumstances when you are then in that new state. Okay, let's go to the second one, which is the understanding of the inner man and the outer man. This is another very powerful understanding that my mentor gave me, that I'm teaching on a channel and in my private community to people, to have a better feel and understanding of the manifestation process and to not battle against the current circumstances, right? So what is the inner man and the outer man? How does that principle work? Well, it's very, very easy. The inner man is where you dwell within. The outer man is basically your present, current external circumstances. So internally, you could now dwell in the opposite of what you currently see on the outside. You could right now literally have debt. You can have financial difficulties. You have red numbers in the bank account. You owe a lot of money to people. You are not having a high monthly or yearly income. Okay, that is what your outer man is experiencing. But internally, right, no power on earth can stop you from dwelling in a state of being in financial overflow, from having more than enough money, from feeling financially free or flowing or stable or, well saturated, so to speak, feeling as a wealthy person, right? So you see, there's like a dual nature, so to speak, of your being. But what most people do is they fully lose themselves in the circumstances only. They don't understand that, hey, there's like, so to speak, another level or another dimension to which they have access, that within they can already dwell on a new version of themselves. They basically always dwell on what is, and they dwell on what is, and they dwell on what is, and then therefore they get more of what already is, and they perpetuate a cycle. Instead of seeing, hey, my outer man is right now experiencing X, okay, I acknowledge that that is what is currently, but that does not determine what happens next, right? Because where I place my inner man will determine where my outer man will be next. And that is another principle, is that the inner man is leading, the outer man is following. Meaning you place the inner man in a new state, and like a little boy that chases a little girl, or like a little girl that chases a little boy, it's like it runs after them, right? So if you place yourself in a new state within, your outer you under compulsion automatically has no choice to eventually on the outside also end up where first you have dwelled within. What first you have given yourself on the inside, right? What first you made alive in your inner reality. And when you really understand that, then you also see that, hey, even if my circumstances right now are not showing me my desired result on the outside yet, that is okay. I don't have to battle against it. I don't have to push that away. I don't have to close my eyes and, try to ignore it. No, I can openly go in it. I acknowledge it. Yep. And when it triggers me, we go back to the first point, right? We then dive back into who would I be when my wish is fulfilled? Boom. And we understand that, okay, if I dive back into this new state, that is where I'm dwelling within. But it could still be that for a while, right? In a delayed way, it can be that for a while you still on the outside have the same circumstances. They don't always change immediately. We all know it. Sometimes manifestations happen really, really quick. That is absolutely true. But don't look so much on the time. There will be no time for you that you will focus on. There will be no waiting for you included when you know that your wish fulfilled happens in the inside. When you know that your inner man can right now be in that wish fulfilled that you want to be in. And then the manifestation simply is a consequence of where you have already dwelled within, of that real wish fulfilled, that happens in your awareness, that happens in your consciousness, that happens in your imagination. That is where you fulfill it, within. The outside projects out where you stood within, and it's just a confirmation, showing you, yep, that's where you are within, yep, that's why you're not within, and that's why you're triggered. So your circumstances are not determining where you can dwell within. You are not your circumstances, right? That's what I said in the beginning. So many people let their circumstances determine who they are, instead of determining who they are and letting their circumstances confirm that. Right? It's fine if externally you currently still experience old circumstances. If right now you're in your manifestation journey, you're manifesting any goal, whatever it is right now that you are shifting into, but you currently, your physical world, your sense world still shows you, there are no changes yet. I'm still feeling stuck, for example. Then acknowledge that. Don't battle the circumstances. Don't try to outwork the mirror and the external circumstances. Okay, let that be, and within, simply realign. Place your inner man perpetually and repeatedly and persistingly, so to speak. Whenever you feel triggered or you have a desire, come back and within dwell in the wish fulfilled. And you open your eyes, and the outer man, still same circumstances. But something has happened. An inner movement took place. You are within more and more and more in consciousness, right? I am more in the new state. So that's the principle of the inner man and the outer man, also extremely relevant for you to understand in your manifestation journey. Let's talk about the third point, which is also a big topic, because many people think that manifestation is something unnatural. It is woo-woo. It is something that only a few people can do, and they put in a lot of effort and willpower, not understanding that manifestation happens all the time. The person who says, I can't manifest, they manifest in the exact same way that someone who says, yeah, I can manifest really good manifests, because we all manifest. Manifestation is the nature of this existence. We all first, decide something within or dwell somewhere within, and then on the outside, it happens that way. The only difference is to which degree do you do that consciously, or to which degree do you let that happen automatically, right? But manifestation is something very natural, and I want you to come back to this naturalness and enjoy also conscious manifestation. So how can we enjoy it? First of all, ask yourself, what if imagining would not create reality? That is a big topic and a big helpful question, because the more pressure you put into that, the more you put your desires and your goals on a pedestal, the more you will not be able to enjoy it, because you're really, really wanting it. You're really, really trying to make it happen. You're really, really coming from, I don't have it. I have to do more and more and more to get it. So you can reverse that with the simple question, ask yourself, hey, what if manifestation wouldn't even work? What if I would not be able to manifest? What if where I dwell within would not lead to that, external result of that inner state? What if that would all not be true? What if I would just go within and just experience the wish fulfilled, but there would not be even any result? With that question or with that approach, you can take away so much pressure. You can take away so much force and willpower, right? It's not about convincing your mind. It's not about convincing the rational mind, because that is what most people try to do. Why they struggle so much is they try to convince their mind, not understanding that their mind, their rational mind, is limited and is bound to the senses, is bound to what is currently. So if you tell your mind, okay, I make 10K a month, but currently all you see is debts or red numbers on your bank account, then your rational mind will argue with you. It will say, hey, you're delusional. It will feel resistance. But if you go into your inner world with this, hey, just what would it be like? Suppose I would be that. What would the experience be like? What would my best friend say to me when my wish is fulfilled? Right? What would it be like? What if imagination would even not create reality and I'm just imagining it for the joy in the here and now moment, not even expecting a result in the future? And that is another thing, right? That people project their goals and desires into the future. They say, okay, I'm now doing this within to get it soon. But the mirror can only show you what you are now. So you have to fully be it within and not expecting something in the future. Being it now. I am now. That is the main secret, right? Being it now. I am it now. So ask yourself, what would it be like? Would my desire be manifested? Okay? To basically decrease pressure and resistance. So the present moment is the key to access the wish fulfilled. right? Like I said earlier, many people think the wish fulfilled will happen in the future when they see it in the manifested world and in their circumstances. No, that is only the byproduct. That is only the mirror. That is only the echo. That is only the result, the effect, the consequence. The wish fulfilled happens in you. The wish fulfilled can only happen here and now, because there is only here and now. There never is a future. There never is a there. Right? You can now say, okay, I will travel to this island, but eventually, when you imagine yourself being there, you're already there. And then when in physical reality you are there, you are there. There is no there. There's always only here and now, where you are in consciousness. And when you are in consciousness, when you are in your inner reality, in the wish fulfilled, that there is nothing to wait, nothing to do, nothing to hope for, nothing to seek. Right? And then you can enjoy it in the present moment. If you know that through your imagination, it basically allows you, or your inner world, if imagination sounds too ungraspable for you, that in your inner world, in your awareness, where you dwell within, you can access any wish fulfilled right now, that there's nothing to wait for. You can now fully saturate and satisfy the hunger, satisfy the desire. Boom, desire dies because you've dwelt in the wish fulfilled of it. That's it. And should the desire come up again, I dwell in the wish fulfilled of it again, to the point where my desire died because I fully experienced it as done, and then my world will confirm it, my circumstance functioning as a confirming mirror, as a delayed confirming mirror, will then show me, hey, look, that's where you've dwelt within. Boom, here you got the result. So don't project your desire in the future. Don't wait for the manifestation. Waiting is a sign of not being it yet. If you are it right now, you no longer have to wait. Your wish is fulfilled already. Boom, that's it. And then the manifestation follows like a thief in the night. That is the third main learning that I gained after or within years of working with my mentor and teaching that also to the members of my private community. Now, let's talk about the fourth thing, and that is something that connects with the third point I just explained, and that is something I really, really want you to understand, because that will also change the way you manifest. If you understand this in the back of your mind, whenever you go in your visualization, whenever you go into hearing something, into experiencing something within as being done, and that is to imagine, because it is happening now. You understand that creation is finished. You understand that when you are imagining something, you're not creating something new and doing something to get something in the future. No, you understand that creation is finished, that everything that could have ever been created is in existence as a potential. And when you're imagining something, that is you experiencing the wish fulfilled in the here and now. So, like I said earlier, the manifestation is always the consequence of the wish fulfillment, right? Never the prerequisite for the wish fulfilled. Okay, the manifestation, your external circumstances outpicturing, or your desire being outpictured, being projected out into the screen of space and in your circumstances around you, that is the consequence of within you having fully experienced the desire as being done, right? So only when my wish has already been fulfilled, meaning I am already who I want to be, my outside world reflects it as a mirror, right? The only thing that matters is where I am on the inside. The satisfaction and the positive mood of the wish fulfilled will belong to me immediately, because my mood depends on the inside, not on the outside. I will say that again. The satisfaction and the positive mood of the wish fulfilled can belong to me immediately, because my mood depends on the inside, not on the outside. Right? That is why happiness, love, and every beautiful thing that we want to experience in life can never be found on the outside. It can definitely be seen in the outside, and we can definitely see that in our circumstances, but it's in yourself, and once it is awakened in yourself, you will then get it mirrored back, right? The mirror, well, it can only reflect. It can only show you what is, okay? That's why you don't get what you want. You don't get what you want in the future. No, you get what you are right now. So you have to be it now. But there is some more. That which you experience in the physical world is merely a shadow reflecting the reality of your imaginal activity. The outer world is a delayed reflection of the inner and is confined to a dimension of space where events occur in a time sequence. Do you believe that change happened already in the imaginal act? Or do you believe and hope that the change will happen in the physical world? That is exactly what I mean when you understand that imagination is spiritual sensation. Okay, we have physical sensation. We can touch the mouse, we can touch something, we can hear something that happens here around us, we can see something, right? We can taste all of that. But there is another sensation we have access to if we awaken to it, if we awaken to our imagination, and that is spiritual sensation, right? You can, with some practice, you can spiritually sense how you smell a rose. You can spiritually sense how you hold a tennis ball in your hand, although it's not physically there. You could spiritually sense how you climb a ladder. You can spiritually sense how your friend congratulates you to your great achievement, right? And therefore it exists. It's just outside of your sense perception, but it is a potential that you can tune into via your imagination. So if you understand, again, that creation is finished, every potential state, every potential reality, every potential identity of you does exist, and if you understand that imagination is basically like a tuning fork, tuning into that, you are tuning into potentials of yourself, then you understand that, hey, if I close my eyes and calm my mind and imagine how my friend congratulates me on an achievement, then that's not a fantasy. That is happening right now. And then you can enjoy it also in the present moment and not project your desire into the future, right? Then you will understand that what you imagine already happened, is already happening, is already true in your imagination, right? That was the fourth thing. And now I want to conclude that with the fifth understanding that will, propel you forward and help you to accelerate in your manifestation approach. And that is very bold, simply having a naive attitude, right? A lioness, a very bold attitude, being naive and not relying on your rational mind. Because I can tell you, your rational mind is what keeps you stuck, is what keeps you limited, and you not relying on where you dwell in your inner world. So not relating and relying on your rational mind, I would say, and that is also what I learned from a mentor, that is one of the biggest success indicators determining, hey, will you have an easy journey in your manifestation journey, or will you always fall back and stay stuck because you always just look and hear what your rational mind is telling you, right? So you will find that people who are not fully and purely rational, right? Not to say that being rational sometimes is a bad thing. No, it's very helpful sometimes to be rational in this world. But when you consciously want to manifest a goal, and then you rely on your rational mind, which tells you, oh, but that will take very long. Oh, but no one else around you has done it. Oh, but currently there is absolutely not even a single indicator that is showing me that I can get it. You're relying on the rational mind. People who are very bold, they just intend and say, yes, this will happen, no matter if there is any proof or not, right? So how intensely you rely on your rational mind will determine how much you will suffer or how easy this journey of manifestation can be for you. So don't negotiate with your rational mind if something is possible or not. The more you will negotiate and go in an argument with your rational mind and fall into the illusions of these questions, such as how long will it take? What if it takes very long? I don't see any movement yet. Well, you're basically in the state of not being it right now. So if you can shorten the time period that you spend in this inner self-talk of, oh, but why is it here yet? Oh, why don't I see any results? No, the moment you notice that your rational mind kicks in, you simply let it ramble. You simply don't even engage so much in it. You stay present, you stay aware, and then you dive back into the wish fulfilled, in the here and now. You enjoy to dwell in the here and now in the wish fulfilled. Your rational mind will quieten because your rational mind also has its source in your present state. And if your present state is the wish fulfilled, your rational mind will no longer argue, hey, where is it? Or why isn't it here yet? No, it will be also in the mood of, hey, it's already done. And most people definitely get stuck in their head. They definitely get stuck in their rational mind when manifestation. The rational mind will keep you from experiencing the wish fulfilled internally if you listen to it. Very, very, very important. Right? If you only, say, yeah, but what about this? What about that? Is my scene perfect? Does my scene include all details? Is my scene long enough? No, that is the rational mind. You ask yourself, wait, what would I experience? Listen very closely. This is the manifestation, let's just say, guide. What would I experience? Would my wish be fulfilled? That I would only be able to experience when the wish is fulfilled. So when you want to manifest a relationship, your best friend would maybe congratulate you or express their gratitude towards you, and they would say, wow, like, you both make an amazing couple. But your best friend would only say that when you are happily partnered. They would not just say that for fun. So pick something that would definitely for you imply that this would only happen. This would only happen in my outside world when I have a manifestation. And then we experience this thing. We experience this act. We enjoy that act. We make this imagination session where we dive in and bathe ourselves in that experience. So we shut the world around us out and we fully surrender. We become one with that version of us in the here and now that already has the goal, that already has the manifestation. And that's it. Right? And in that moment, we quieten the rational mind. We're not arguing with it. We're not listening to the rational mind. Oh, is that detail included? Oh, is that scene good enough? No, we know which scene would imply that our wish is fulfilled. We don't have to include 10,000 details. The scene, if we go for that scene approach, imagining a scene approach, the scene can be 3 to 5 seconds long, right? As long as that moment anchors you in that state of the wish fulfilled, that's all it takes. But the more we then go into these questions, right? What about this? And oh, I imagined, but I saw no movement. Boom, we're going more and more and more back into the rational mind, right? So imagination is supreme. Imagination has more power than your thoughts and your mind. All right? So these were the 5 main learnings that I got summarized in this video right now. Definitely let me know in the comments right now how you like that. Leave me feedback. And if you want more teachings like that, and not only more teachings, because I'm sure you already understand manifestation to a certain degree, but if you simply want to be within a community, right, an environment of people who apply that, who all remind themselves of those teachings so that you don't get entangled in your circumstances for extended amount of times, but that you always are reminded of those teachings, you're always reminded of your state of the wish fulfilled, you always are empowered by like-minded people, you make friendships, you learn, like you get to learn new people and meet them and maybe become friends with them, then I really invite you to join our community, a space that I've built over years. This is, so to speak, my life's work. Like, that is what I dedicated my life to, and I want to make it the best manifestation community, but I need your help. But if you're just here listening to these videos and then you go back alone in your chamber and you are doing that a little bit and then you watch more videos, we won't really change the space. But if we all come together, if we all join one space, the Upgrade Your Life community, where you upgrade to the next level of your life, and we all in there together, then I believe that we can not only change your own personal lives, but we can change the world around us. We can help other people. We can really make a big influence on this world in a positive way. So if you're ready to not think selfishly only, and you're ready to really join a movement, a community, a space in which not only you get a program and coaching and support and all the guidelines, but you also really get community around you, then simply join us. It's the second link in the video description. Thank you really much for watching this video, and I speak to you in the next one. Bye, guys.